Hello guys, and what is up? This is Silence Pew Pew and we're coming at you guys with another Ostriv video. Okay, so basically guys, this is going to be episode 3. This is picking up right where we left off on episode 2. I got a few comments from you guys. I just want to say thank you guys for commenting. Thanks for the help that you guys have been giving me a little bit here. Sorry if you still can't hear my voice. I did increase everything basically to the maximum, and I actually did increase one of my softwares to be putting up a little bit more, picking it up a little bit more. The reason I originally had initially taken it down was because I thought I could hear the fans of my computer running in the background, which I don't necessarily want to be hearing, but hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. That's not ideal, but as I get more videos and more videos done, hopefully we'll be able to figure that out. So basically here, we're going to keep them finishing up on these 2 houses here that they're working on. Hopefully we can get this shed here built and get in some cows. And as soon as we get the ability, actually, we're going to go ahead. I didn't really want to do this, but I want that, I want this gone. This camp storage gone, so the instant the iron's out, that'll disappear so I can put my town center in. I really want that town center there so we can start changing the price a little bit, and you guys will see what I like to do for my excuse me, personal thing. We'll go ahead and finish. What do we got here? We got wheat, potatoes, and hemp coming in. Okay, so the hemp's just kind of going to sit around this year. Yeah, we got these windmills going. They're producing some wheat. I think we got plenty of wheat. Yeah, plenty of wheat, plenty of potatoes. How's our things over here looking? Good. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much all maxed out. Definitely a lot of wood. They really don't have any work to... there it is. They don't have any work to do. Hopefully this warehouse will eventually start to get some more wood in it. It's got 50 some thatch, which is a lot. Like I said, that's kind of an optional thing. You don't have to do that. I just do it because I like to keep that guy working all the time. A lot of people will fire him, and I don't want him moving out because of that. So basically, if I can, I'd like to keep my founding families here. That's one of my big things. It is already January because I go by year. So this one I might go by a whole nother year as well. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll keep going up 1 year at a time. I think that sounds good. I like to keep, workers in here. I like to keep workers everywhere that I can. Yeah, I think we'll just just the money issue right now, since we don't have any exports and we're not making a whole lot off the local sales. Okay, I missed it. So the camp storage, as you guys can see, is gone now. So we are going to go ahead and build this a while. I like to try to make my things look, kind of nice and square, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, worry myself over it. Because once you get bigger, once you got a bunch of houses, you'll be able to, like, I don't know, zoom in down here on, like, this lake or something. Here, let me just turn here. Be able to zoom in, like, down here, look over, see all these things. Maybe come up a little bit further here, and it'll look real nice. Once we get the city, big and built, I know that was one of your guys' things, that you like to go for nice-looking cities, and, I understand that. I completely get it. The nicer it looks, it just feels good when it comes out looking nice. But trust me, once you get to a bigger city, it'll look nice almost no matter how it, how you started out. Yeah. Oh, we'll go ahead and speed that back up. So here we are in February now. What is this guy? Okay, he's just, I guess, resting. Yeah, taking a rest. This guy's still going, going nice and hard. I'm not sure what they're doing. They are not building this house, though. I've kind of noticed that. It's one of those things where it's like, if there's not enough people, and you've got too many jobs, which actually, because of that, we may fire 2 people from there, just because that'll normally help get these people working here. As you can see, there's laborers moving wood here and stuff instead of moving wood to here. And now that we fired those 2 people from the fishing dock, those are actually the 2 people. So that's one thing, guys, to note as well. People will not move, or people will not work as your laborers and stuff like that if they're hired somewhere else, obviously. They're going to go wherever the work is the biggest paying, or wherever there is work in general. So if you just basically have no jobs available, which as you can see here, we have over 40 jobs available, but those guys had solid jobs here. They didn't need this job here, so that's why they weren't working here. So we're looking for, I think, workers at this point. Yep, looking for workers. So they're going to start building this, hopefully get that done. Probably won't get it done before February, which is kind of sucks, but, you know, not a whole lot of a big deal there. Second. I just now realized I don't hear any sound. Like at all for the game. Not sure why that is. Let me turn up my personal volume here. Not sure if I did something wrong here. But I don't actually hear any volume for this game. I'm not sure if it will be in the video or not. If it's not in the video, it's not too big of a deal. There's not really any sounds that they make. You know, the building sounds, and when you complete a building, it makes a da-da-da noise, or what the heck it is. Yeah, that kind of sucks that I can't hear it, though. Hopefully you guys can. Yeah. I'm going to take a minute to see if I can't figure that out. So we'll be back in just a second, guys, okay? Okay, guys, sorry about that. We're kind of back now. I don't know exactly what happened. I was able to start hearing sound again. I don't know if you guys were able to hear it before or not. However, I was not. I can definitely hear it now. So we're going to go ahead and just pick back up right where we left off for the most part. Unfortunately, like I said, they didn't get this house built before winter. Whoops, I am messing up. So now we got to come back in here and hire these people back in. Unfortunately, right now, our city does not really have enough people for the jobs that we are putting out, which kind of sucks because we don't get this cow shed built. We didn't get that built. We literally got nothing built in the winter. We built this a little bit further up, but not much. We have plenty of wheat still, plenty of potatoes. We don't have enough people here. I feel like not enough people. I haven't built enough houses is all there really is to it. As you can see, I know somebody did ask about do they bring their own supplies. Yes, they do. They bring a decent amount, not really a whole lot. I'm not sure how much this will last them for exactly. I think only like 2, maybe 3 months. That'll eat them, or that'll last them for eating and stuff. And then they do start to buy whatever you've got here pretty much right away, in reality. So we're getting this other house built. We're just going to go ahead and put other houses up on queue, because I need more people in the village here. It's my fear. Okay, just barely going to be able to squeeze this house in here, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that house is going to get built in there. I know, this looks really weird, but it was something to do with how this house was laid out. One of these two here, I mean, it's going to look weird, but, you know, I like it. I like the paths that they build. I think that's awesome. I truly do. That's probably my most favorite thing about this game here is these paths. So we're going to try to hire these guys back on. If they come, great. If they don't, oh well. We have plenty of fish, really. We don't have plenty necessarily, but I mean, if we look at this, we've got 10.3 fish or whatever stored. We still got plenty of potatoes. We're working on the flour. We're going to have some more wheat. We've got all of our farmers here maxed out. These are all sown and they're all starting to grow. So These two are both chugging along, keep making flour. This guy's got 4.2 flour. Holy cow. We could probably add another thing. In almost all of my games, I delete this stuff here that I've played, and I really want to keep them. Just because, I don't know, I like the idea of this campfire here, because they don't have a way for you to buy it back yet. Another thing, guys, to note, you can, oh wow, you can hear birds and stuff in here. That's cool. You can replant these trees. They do start off as little baby trees and stuff like that, but know that when you do that, you have to, once they get fully grown, you have to take them off of protection, because when you plant them, they'll be protected. So that way, like, if you plant a tree here, your foresters don't come in and destroy the tree that was planted in the city, town center or whatever. Yeah. That's just one thing to kind of note. Whoops. No, I want to do. Oh, we're building a granary here. Okay. Get these houses built and stuff, man. Do we have any guys here? Don't think so. They all look like females, so that's fine. If we could just get this house built, and you know what? I think I kind of want to get that house built as well. Because if we get those two houses built, then we'll have 4 more people in total to be able to work. Like I said, right now we got 2 fishermen, so I may fire these people here just because I don't need them there. I really need these other things being built. So look at that. I fired those 2 people and they put here. So that's what I'm saying. It's just one of those things. You can see the hemp's already starting to take in. Normally, if you zoom out, you can kind of see your wheat field taking off. I don't know why wheat's really the only one that changes color. It just is, though. Yep. So I kind of want to get rid of most of this forest, anyways. Eventually, I'll build another forestry thing. I think over here somewhere. Probably another one down here. I want to get rid of most of this forest here. This one, I wouldn't mind getting rid of either. Maybe in like a very much later stage. I'll build one over here. Obviously though, guys, eventually we will run out of things to do. Well, buildings to build in this game. Obviously, I don't want to keep building like, today guys, here's my 50th video on this game, and here's my 900th farm, because I think that'll get boring for you guys. So we will eventually stop making these videos until the game further develops, which I honestly cannot wait for. I cannot wait to get education and start to have to worry about that, and health, healthcare and stuff like that, or whatever. I don't know what's going to be in health. Are people going to now start getting injured, or are they just going to get sick? You know what? A religion. What happens if people aren't faithful? Are they just unhappy if they're not faithful? Do they work harder if they're faithful? I'm very curious about all that stuff. Alright, so they started to work on this one, the cow shed. They're starting to bring over the resources. That's awesome. We've got some wood there. We've got plenty of wood here, plenty. Don't need to worry about that for a long time. And that's one of the main reasons I like to store wood, thatch, and nails in here, because then when this one's filled up, they still can fill up this thing. Even though they're not, for some reason, they're taking a really long time. I do need to get a carpenter, though, so I can build more carts here, because once we get carts here, I guarantee you guys they'll start using this shed a heck of a lot more. Glad that this house is starting to be built. That's nice. As you can hear, more people are coming in. They come in with about $10. Boom. They already are working. They're making money. They're doing great. We are going down in money. That's fine, though. You start off with 1,000 for a reason. This is definitely one of the games, though, that I've spent the most amount of money. As you can see, though, they brought their own stuff again. Looks like they brought a little bit more flour, or they bought some. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But, yeah, these guys, I don't know how long they've been living here, but it doesn't look like they've actually bought anything else. But, yeah. They bring enough, though, for, maybe they do bring enough for almost a year, maybe. I don't know exactly, but, okay, that's getting along nicely. The house is starting to be built. I wish they would build this thing first, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Still plenty filled up over here. Once this starts to get a little low, we'll hire probably 2 people back in there to worry about that. Got our one guy there. We've got 12 fish stored there. And in total, we have about 11.9 fish stored. Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not worried at all about the fish. If 2 more people do get hired there, great. If not, oh well. We want these things over here built much first, basically. Once we get this, though, we can hire, and then there'll be women that'll be able to work at this cow shed. Because, yes, for some reason the women, well, I mean, it makes sense, but, I mean, some of the things that they do doesn't make sense. I don't know. But yeah, the women will be able to work here at the cow shed. They'll be able to work at the farm. We'll have more people moving in, hopefully. We'll get this granary built. We'll get this trading post built, hopefully, by the end of this video. Maybe even we'll have the town center. I don't know. Possibly. We're about halfway through, though. We're in June right now. June, nearing the end of June. Yeah, that's one thing that you guys got to remember is, yes, you might need this thing and, you know, cow shed and a farm, and you need all these places, but if you don't have enough people to work them, then you're going to get nowhere. I kind of slacked a little bit on building the amount of houses that I needed to build, and now I'm suffering because nobody's building my stuff because I don't have any builders. But one thing I will note as well, if your economy is based off of people building things, your economy is going to go down real quick. Getting things built, because there'll be like 10 people that don't have, you know, like 10 houses once you get into further stages that don't have jobs, and they only have jobs when there's no building available. And what if they don't live like this guy? You know, let's say this guy's a laborer or something, you know, and I'm way out here. Well, it takes him an entire day, almost an entire half a month to get there, you know, kind of thing, according to game time. Because if you see, like, some of these people move pretty slow, like this guy here, I mean, that's taken him multiple days to carry that cart to get clay and then come up here, drop it off. It's we definitely need to get a carpenter, though, because I can see it. We are starting to slow down on things because we don't have a carpenter, but I failed at building houses fast enough. I built enough houses in the beginning, and then I didn't keep building enough houses. I don't know. I feel like there really is a specific set of numbers of houses you should build every year. I would say it's probably got to be like 4 or 5, right around there, in the beginning, and maybe even more. And then you can start slowing down the amount of houses you put in to increase the number of jobs and stuff, because you don't want to have too many people and not enough jobs, obviously. So here we are, approaching the end of July now. Not a whole lot more has happened, like I said. Laborers are still getting materials for the cow shed. They just need more clay over here. And that's one other thing to note. As I was saying, now that these resources are way over here, it sucks actually kind of, because I may have actually put this clay in a bad spot now that I think about it, because you can't store clay here. So that's the only place to get clay. They have to grab a cart from here, though, anyways. So they have to grab a cart, and then they just come around the zip, get the clay, and then they come up. Where it'd be nice if they could just get, you know, clay from, like, you know, over here, obviously, it'd be real nice, you know. But if I had to put the clay pit, you know, somewhere over here more, or, you know, out of the way, like some people suggested, out of the way over here, not in my city, to make it look nicer, it would be slower for this one. So we did just finish this house here. That house is nice and finished now. As you see, people already have moved in. They've got a 8-year-old son. That's cool. Yep. I don't know how the whole, like, growing up thing works, because in one of my villages, I have this one girl. She was a daughter anyways. I think she came and she was like 11, and she's like 20 now. She still lives with her parents, though, and she doesn't work. So I've never seen her with a job. I've looked, I've kept an eye on her multiple times. I don't know if that still hasn't been implemented in yet, or if she's waiting for like a boy about her age to grow up and they get married and then they get a house together. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know how she's going to get money or whatever. Oh, cool. We're working on the granary now. We are as well going to add in another house here. And this will probably be the last house I add to this little street thing here. Rotate that a bit more. Come on. Come on, we can fit you in here somewhere. Gotta be able to, right? Oh no, I think the farm. It's in the farm spot, so we're gonna have to. What is that button? Alt. Yeah. Oh. We might not be able to get a house here. That'll be fine though. Not too big of a deal. Yeah, I don't think we can get a house there, which that sucks, but that's fine. Actually, maybe if we turned the house to face a different direction, like what if we turned the house this way? And rotated it just a little bit, maybe a little more. And yeah, we could get it in this way. It'll look a little weird, but huh, fits in there. We'll go ahead and build that house there. I know it kind of looks weird, but I kind of like it. Oh, cow shed's done. Okay, so, I didn't, was messing around with the house and stuff, didn't notice this. Okay, so they've already harvested most stuff, bringing in a lot more wheat. We're down on the wheat now. They've already started to bring in some of the wheat, though. We got 7 there. How much flour do we got? So they keep moving flour out of that one, but they're not taking the flour out of this one. Wonder why. Yep. They got 9 flour over here, plenty of wheat. This one they just keep taking the flour out of, which is fine. So we've got 9 flour in stock. It's the beginning of September here. We are going to go ahead and hire 1 person for in here. We've got on well here. Yeah, 1 well. That's not too bad for now. That'll be fine. Okay, there. We've got a female working here. And now we're going to go ahead and get me some hay stackers here. Go ahead and these are also insta builds. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video. Really, you can have one of those things and that'll last like this cow shed, because I normally set mine at 10. That'll last this cow shed like years and years. Where are those things at? And then you want these hay dryers. There's really no good spot for these things. I like to just kind of keep everything nice and close. I don't know why I can't place it there, but whatever. And place 1 there, and maybe 1 here. I think 2 should be fine for now, especially since we don't have any cows yet. Okay, cool. They have started to build this. Can't wait for this thing to be built, because then we'll start to be able to get, start selling things, bringing in things, whatnot. I've got plenty of potato. We don't have a whole lot of hemp. Still working on gathering the hemp, though. Plenty of potatoes and stuff. We may start to increase our fields here soon, because if we look at our thing here, well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 fields. This thing is basically out of resources, so yikes, that's right. Okay, this by the way only works if we have a plow, which I feel like since we weren't building everything as fast as I felt like we should have been building, we're gonna be a little screwed there. So this guy's just taking a rest. Okay. Since we don't have cows and stuff in, we'll have to buy ourselves 2 oxen, I think, pretty much right away. I don't like to send out messengers, though. I feel like that's a waste of money. So we'll see about that. This is on its way being built. The granary, we've got 3 buildings being built. We've got houses that are getting resources to them. The foundation on this house is down. It's October. As you can see, this time was a little bit more productive near the end after we got those 2 houses built. The more houses you have, the more builders you're going to have, but the bigger issue of people running out of money you're going to have. So this guy, they're perfectly fine. You know, this guy, he's been working at the thatchery his whole life, pretty much. I forgot about this. We are out of wood there. Yep. I forgot about that. That's one thing but since I had wood stored over here, wasn't too big of a deal. So we hired those 2 people back on. Ugh, they're still looking for people. Okay, we've got 3 people here. 15 fish. We're going to fire one of them. Hopefully they'll come over here and work. Yep, he did. Hopefully we can find another person to work over here. I do believe these guys can make wood. Yep, they can make wood by themselves. They don't need another person to help make wood. But to chop down trees, they do need 2 people. Okay, boom. There's a second person. That's one thing a lot of people make mistakes on. They'll put people in here. There'll be no logs. As you can see, they're running out of logs. And they won't have any wood then. They won't be able to make wood. So once they're out of wood, they're like, whoa, this guy, what's he doing? He's not cutting down trees and stuff like that. They need 2 people to carry the wood back. That's one thing that you'll hear a lot of times. A lot of people make up. So this here, it's not mowing season, so she did bring in the water, which is awesome. She's full on water. I didn't plant those soon enough. I should have just planted those earlier. I don't know why I didn't. That's fine though. Only thing that sucks about that is we're for sure not gonna be able to get cows because we won't have any hay. So here we are, guys. It's the beginning of November. We're coming up at the end of this year. I feel like in reality we didn't get as much done as I had hoped because we were still trying to make up from last year's poor gross of production and stuff like that. I feel like we're producing plenty of wheat, plenty of everything, you know. As you can see, this is starting to go up. It's not... we just got potatoes out of this field, that's right. This is one of those, yeah. Over the winter, this will go up. I don't think it's really going to be enough, though, to output enough of that stuff. We may have to skip this one. What does hemp give me? I forget. Hemp. Okay, so we should be fine, actually, for the hemp that year. This one, I'll have to make a reminder of myself here because that's 30 and 40. That one only being at 3%, we probably will get literally no potatoes from that, so we may have to fallow this field just because. This one should be fine, though. It's going to be in a fallow this season, so we could skip the fallow and push it up to wheat. Just basically trade place with those 2 fields, instead. There is also a thing we could do. We could just delete this field and then rebuild it, and these will all go back up to 100. But that, to me, is just cheating. So, yep. And here we are, at the end of November now. This guy's got plenty of flour. I really hate to fire people or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and lose a job there. Keep those 2 jobs open. Thatcher, still working hard over here. How much? We've got 100 thatch. So he's going to start building thatch up in there now. Which I may let happen. How's my iron looking? So we've got plenty of iron, plenty of nails. No iron over here, so we can finally get rid of that. We will need to buy iron, probably in 1725 we'll need to buy iron. So that kind of gives you guys a perspective. If you guys were thinking about buying this game, or you've bought this game and never really had a successful city yet or anything like that, this is just some helpful hints. I do have to mention one thing. Since I didn't get my town hall built as soon as I had liked, my money has gone down a lot more than I'd like. As you can see, last year I lost $290. This year I'm going to lose about $200. So that's one thing to just basically, I'm just throwing out there, guys. If you can, hopefully build your town hall a little bit sooner. I would not recommend copying my city like exactly. You know, obviously do your own thing. You know, it's fun. Build a few more of these though. Maybe not build 2 windmills. One windmill will be able to keep up with the amount of flour your people are buying, and it won't get through all of the wheat, but that's perfectly fine in reality. Got these people moved in. They've got a 2-year-old daughter. They're both working as laborers. As you can see, that's awesome for us for multiple reasons, because now we're getting buildings built. The only thing though that's not cool about that is once the construction's done, they no longer have a job. So here we are, guys, at the end of December. We're going to go ahead and probably basically expand this farm. I think next year, I think we're going to have a total of 5, maybe 6 feet, 5 fields. Yep, we're going to have 5 fields. We're going to put one here and one here. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that now. And we'll readjust everything accordingly. We can't now because of that. No. Okay, maybe it'll look a little weird, but actually, can we maybe just do this? We can. Okay, we'll try to get that to 20. Oh, nice. It cuts into this a little bit, but that's not too bad because of that. And we're going to make another field, and this one should be perfectly fine. Go here, right in that, and 20. Perfect. Okay, cool, guys. It is January 1st now. It actually looks like 1724. Our trading post is literally seconds to maybe minutes away from being built. Trading town hall, this is about 30%. It's been that way for a while. This building here, that'll be built whenever, you know. We do have our cow shed. Hopefully we'll be able to get cows next year. We will have to rework our plowing system here, which I'll do probably here in just a little bit on the next video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Please like. Please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much again for everything that you guys have done. We're up to 20 subscribers now, which is freaking awesome. Let's see if we can't get, you know, up to 50 subscribers. Let's see if we can't get some, you know, likes on the video, some more comments, any kind of feedback you guys have, even if it's like, hey dude, your stuff sucks, you know, just leave me a comment, please. Anything you guys got on your mind, just say something. Thanks guys once again so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.